We'd hide from the lights on the village green.
It's the kind of music we need right now, right? Back here on Access Hollywood Live, joined by the multi-talented Seal. I know, me too. What song do you not love? He's got a new album out. It's called Standards. It's out next month. Gosh, we were just talking about what an honor it is for you to perform all of these classics, but also you had the Sinatra family and the foundation reach out to you after they heard some of the album?
Yes, I'm assuming it's after they heard some of the album, to do a duet. You know, they do the Christmas, or they're doing a duet album with Frank singing songs and then guest artist duetting with them. And I did that, so I thought that was kind of an endorsement in a funny kind of way. Yeah, so we did that already, and perhaps I think that's coming out at Christmas.
It's interesting to me to hear a singer like you, of your caliber, to say, I'm just relieved I didn't embarrass myself. Like, how would you, I mean, when you hear this album back, I mean, you have to be particularly proud of this, yeah?
It's a funny thing. It's quite a huge undertaking to sing these songs, because it's trickier than you think. I actually feel it's harder than singing your own material, because with my own material, you know, like a song like, you know, Kiss from Rose, you have, there, baby, you know, there were these huge there were these...
Seal, you got to warn people. You can't just be, now listen, you're not just gonna be sitting up here going to that note. I need a little bit of preparation. It was like a Holy Ghost moment. I had to grab it.
Well, it's a bit early in the morning to grab it. Well, the thing is that there are these kind of dynamic, like huge dynamic shifts where you can, you know, if you're not feeling 100% to it with your voice, you have the impact of these dynamic jumps, you know, because the songs are just written in a different way. With those songs, with the standard songs, they're written for the voice, they're arranged for the voice most specifically, and so the intervals in the melodies are so natural, which is why they're so beautiful to sing.
Let's talk America's Got Talent, because we saw you as a guest judge, and I loved seeing you in that chair, along next to Heidi and Simon, the whole gang there. Would you ever consider doing something like that? I mean, you already do The Voice Australia.
Would I ever consider doing something like that?
Here in the U.S.
Here in the U.S. Do you know, one of the things that I loved about my time on The Voice in Australia was that I discovered that I have a passion for coaching and mentoring. It's something that I didn't realize that I would love so much. There's no greater satisfaction in my mind than looking at someone who's trying to get somewhere and seeing what you feel is standing in their way, and then empowering them to finally see it and have them like transcend that which was holding them back. I mean, I love that, and therefore I love the authenticity behind that, the way it makes you feel. Would I consider doing something like that if it was all about the authenticity, if it was all about the artist, if it was all about helping people watching that show transcend things that are holding them back? By example, if it is not about sensationalist TV, if it is not about pandering to what what they feel the public want to see for the sake of ratings, then yes, I would consider doing something like that. If it was anything but that, I have zero interest.
Okay. So you're not going back to The Voice Australia, right? You're done with it?
I didn't say that.
I'm reading deeply between the lines here.
You and your push-ups.
Yeah.
You knew we were getting here. You knew it was happening. You knew it was happening.
Well, okay.
Look at this. How many are you doing here?
This is one of the more difficult ways to do push-ups, when you have your arms so spread and they're elevated. You're trying to get between. It's like, come on, Seal.
And you have to turn too.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
So now I got to go buy this and get my nails
I'm
painted.
constantly told by the people, the great people that look after me, that I should do more with social media, and that I should post my stuff.
I can almost hear the eye roll in that, as you can say.
And I should do that, and I understand that, but then I don't really have. I just can't quite get inspired to post, what things that I'm eating, or
you should put your nail color out there,
or my nail color.
The people want to see it.
In the grand scheme of like what's going on in the world today, I can't tweet or social media about my nail color. So I figure, well, I have this thing that I do, this Nike Plus running thing, and it's something that auto posts and I love it.
Yes.
It's really great. It's motivational.
I've used those workouts. They're great.
And it's an app, and every time I run it, the trouble is I haven't been doing a lot of long distance running because like my knees are just feeling the pressure, and I didn't want people to think that like I'd fallen off the wagon, because the reason I post these Nike Plus things is because they inspire people, and everyone's going, oh, like if you can do it, at your age, then you make me feel like I want to catch.
Is that what they say?
Come on.
Well, they don't. I'm just I'm coloring it a little bit, but like 54. Yeah. Well done. Thank you.
My research,
and if I can do it, oh, you inspire us so much. So I didn't want people to feel that I'd stopped running. I'm like, look, I'm doing interval sprints now, but I'm back to this workout because I got to tighten everything else up. So that's the reason for that posting on the.
What about what you eat, though?
What about
do you
eating?
Eat? Yeah.
Again, that's the other thing about this standards record is that. It really is a kind of test of endurance. You have to just be, because as I said, you can't sort of start singing and warm up during the performance. You warm the voice up, as you can with perhaps my material. With this material, your voice has to be in shape going in. Yeah. And a lot of that is what you eat and what you don't eat, more specifically. Yeah. So I cut out gluten a year ago. I drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day. Although it hasn't really been intentional or conscious, but I've kind of leaned more towards a vegan, only because I've cut out more dairy.
Well, we love this album. Congratulations.
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
You can catch it, Standards, out November 10th.
Thank you.